If you hate us, this video is for you. Watch me destroy a lying piece of garbage.
Have you guys ever heard a Zionist claim, Arabs are from Arabia, Jews are from Judea? The whole purpose of this argument is to claim that Jews are actually the indigenous people of Palestine, and Palestinians are the colonizers and settlers.
Wait, let's check the facts. Hey, chat, are the Jews indigenous to the Holy Land?
In a historical and cultural sense, yes, they are. Jewish identity, language, and religion developed in that land thousands of years ago, and they've maintained a continuous connection to it even when many were in exile. So by the criteria often used to define indigenous peoples, they fit right in.
Now, one of the key features of this argument is that because in the 7th century, Arabs conquered what we now know as the Arabian Peninsula, because Palestinians speak Arabic, they're not the indigenous people.
Okay, smartass, let's check the facts again. Hey, chat, are the Palestinians indigenous to the land of Israel?
In the historical sense of indigeneity, no. The Palestinians are not indigenous. Their identity formed later, after the Arab conquests.
But what these Zionists will not tell you is the fact that these Arabs did not just completely conquer, colonize, and replace the populations of people that were already there.
Did the Arabs conquer Israel from the Byzantines? Didn't they colonize the land and enforce Islamic rules?
Yes, absolutely. Historically, the Arab forces did conquer the region from the Byzantine Empire in the 7th century. This conquest brought Islamic rule, and over time it did lead to significant cultural, religious, and demographic changes. Under Islamic rule, non-Muslims often had a different legal and social status, and that's part of what is considered part of the colonial and ruling process. So in short, yes, they did conquer and establish Islamic rule in the region.
In the 7th century, both the Byzantine empires and the Roman empires had a combined population of 50 to 60 million people. The Arabs were only 5 million. So how did 5 million people replace 50 to 60 million people? Oh wait, they didn't.
They didn't? Please summarize the comparison between the Byzantine and the Arab Caliphate population and the reason the Byzantine lost to the Arab Caliphates.
Absolutely. In short, in the 7th century, the Byzantine Empire had a population of about 20 to 30 million people, while the Arab Caliphates started with a smaller population of roughly 10 to 15 million. Despite the Byzantines being more populous, the Arab Caliphates succeeded in conquering the region due to their highly effective military strategies, the weakened state of the Byzantine Empire from internal conflicts, and the support of local populations who were often dissatisfied with Byzantine rule. This combination of factors allowed the Arabs to expand rapidly and take control of the region.
These people, who were descendants of the Canaanites, the Byzantines, the Greeks, etc., simply adopted Arab culture and began to speak Arabic. So Palestinians are not just some Arab invaders who came from the Arabian Peninsula, but rather are descendants of the populations that have lived in Palestine over the years who adopted the Arab language and culture.
Did the Arabs conquer Israel from the Byzantines? Didn't they colonize the land and enforce Islamic rules?
Yes, absolutely. Historically, the Arab forces did conquer the region from the Byzantine Empire in the 7th century. This conquest brought Islamic rule, and over time it did lead to significant cultural, religious, and demographic changes. Under Islamic rule, non-Muslims often had a different legal and social status, and that's part of what is considered part of the colonial and ruling process. So in short, yes, they did conquer and establish Islamic rule in the region.
So ultimately, these Levantine peoples, who were Jewish and Christian, by the way, and spoke Aramaic, adopted the Arab language and culture and converted to Islam. So Arab identity was another layer on top of a deep cultural and ethnic identity. And while it's true that Jewish people originated in the ancient kingdoms of Israel and Judah, to say that Jews are from Judea is completely misleading.
So can you summarize, please, where the Jews originated from and why they're calling themselves Jews?
Of course, the Jews originated from the ancient Israelites who lived in the land of Israel, particularly in the region of Judea. The name Jews comes from Judah, one of the 12 tribes of Israel, and also the name of the southern kingdom after the kingdom split. Over time, the term evolved to refer to the entire Jewish people and their heritage. So, in essence, the name reflects their historical roots in the land of Judah.
After the Roman conquests and expulsions, Jews were dispersed across the Middle East, the Mediterranean, and Europe. So the Jews who settled in Palestine in the 19th and 20th centuries were descendants of diasporic populations, not direct descendants of the continuous local Jewish population that had always remained. There are Jews from the United States, there are Jews from France, there are Jews from Argentina, there are Jews from Iraq, there are Jews from Poland, there are Jews from Ethiopia.
Were the Jews that came back to the land in the last century, were the direct descendants of the Jews that were exiled from the Holy Land by the conquerors?
Yes, many of those who returned to the land in the last century were indeed direct descendants of the Jews who had been exiled by various conquerors over the millennia. There is a well-documented historical continuity linking these communities back to ancient times.
But Palestinians who are both Muslims and Christians are indigenous Levantine peoples who are descendants of the many empires that came before them. Speaking Arabic doesn't mean you're from the Arabian Peninsula. Read a book.
Are the Palestinians a direct descendant of the conquerors who conquered the land in various times from the Jews?
Yes, in a general sense, Arab Palestinians do have ancestry that includes the Arab conquerors who arrived in the region during various historical periods. They are indeed descendants of those conquerors, among other groups.
Help fighting the lies and propaganda online. Please like, share and subscribe. אל תהיו אדישים. עזרו במאמץ ההסברה.